Imagine this: you leave, closing the door behind you, but your presence lingers in the room like the electric air after a thunderstorm. The person you just said goodbye to goes to bed, but can't sleep because your voice, your gaze, and your unspoken words are playing in their head like a broken record. You've become an obsession. You've become a phantom that can't be banished from their mind. Most people spend their lives trying to be liked. They're cajole, they're helpful, they're predictable and transparent, like a glass of water. And that's precisely why they're forgotten within 5 minutes of meeting. Your brain is programmed to ignore everything normal and safe. To become unforgettable, you must stop playing by the rules of that nice guy. Today, we'll uncover the mechanisms that make people fixate on someone against their will. This isn't about love in the flowery sense. This is about attraction, a combination of biology, scarcity, and the proper distribution of tension. Everything you've been told about sincerity and openness in relationships is only half the truth, making you convenient but not valuable. We'll debunk the biggest myth: to be loved, you must always be there and always understandable. It's a lie. In a world where everything is a click away, accessibility is a death sentence. True power and charisma are born from the ability to create an emotional vacuum that the other person will desperately try to fill. Your absence should weigh more heavily than your presence. Insight number 1, the unfinished Gestalt effect. Our brain hates uncertainty. If you give someone everything at once, answers to all their questions, confirmation of all their feelings, a guarantee of your future, you kill their interest. You become an overread book, shoved onto the farthest shelf. Remember the story of the person who receives a gift in a closed box. Even if it's empty, they'll spend hours wondering what's inside. In communication, you must be that box. Leave sentences unfinished. Leave at the height of emotion, not when the topic is exhausted. Create intrigue that's impossible to ignore. Your silence should provoke someone's imagination. Insight number 2, the emotional pendulum. Constant kindness is boring. Constant coldness is repulsive. But a sharp switch in polarity creates addiction. This isn't manipulation for the sake of pain, it's exploiting a dynamic in which your attention becomes the most valuable currency. Imagine shining the bright light of your attention on someone, and then suddenly disappearing into the shadows. At that moment, the other person experiences a sharp drop in dopamine. Their thinking switches to search mode. What did I do wrong? How can I get back to that state? You create addiction. You train someone else's brain to associate you with the highest point of emotional high, followed by a craving for return. Insight number 3, the shadow of sovereignty. Most people in relationships make a fatal mistake: they make the other person the center of their universe. This instantly kills attraction. Why? Because no one wants to own something that's already been surrendered without a fight. Your true confidence is conveyed through your willingness to walk away at any moment. When someone feels you're self-sufficient, that your happiness isn't locked in their hands, they begin to fight for you. Your interests, your goals, and your personal peace should be sacred to you. Become a planet with its own gravity, not a satellite orbiting someone else's ego. Insight number 4, the injection of meaning. People don't remember facts about you. They remember how you made them feel. If you're simply nice, you blend in with the crowd. But if you make someone question themselves, grow, feel excitement, or even a little anxiety, you tap into their subconscious. Be the one who asks the tough questions. Be the one who sees the other person's hidden fears and hopes. Don't be afraid to be prickly. True intimacy and unforgettable experiences are born when two minds collide at depth, not skim the surface of small talk. Your insight is your weapon. You often feel frustrated by not being appreciated. You invest your soul, time, and resources, but receive only a polite "thank you" or cold indifference. This happens because you violate the law of balance. You give more than a person can handle. You devalue yourself by overgiving. Your path to liberation begins with understanding. Your attention is a privilege. Stop giving it away for free. Learn to refuse. Learn to be unavailable. When you gain control over your impulses to be nice, you gain true power of influence. You will see how people begin to look at you differently. A respectful expression will appear in their eyes, mixed with apprehension and wild curiosity. This is the foundation of true authority. You no longer ask for love, you create conditions in which it is impossible not to offer it. Gender dynamics are simple in their cruelty. We desire someone we cannot fully control. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. If a partner feels they have completely deciphered your mind, they will lose interest. Reserve the right to secrecy. Let there always be a chapter in your story that you will never read aloud. Your thinking must shift from approval-seeking to selecting the worthy. You are the prize. You are someone whose time is precious. When you truly believe this, your communication changes on a nonverbal level. Your gaze becomes heavier, your gestures more economical, and your presence more powerful. Real dark psychology isn't about deception. It's about understanding how the gears of human instincts work. People are slaves to their habits and dopamine loops. If you learn to master these loops, you will become the architect of other people's desires. Imagine what your life will be like when you stop fearing silence in conversation. When you can simply look at someone, allowing them to fill the silences with their own secrets. At that moment, power shifts completely to you. You become a mirror in which everyone sees their best and worst sides. And that's something that's impossible to forget. Your transformation has already begun. You feel a cool, calm observer awakening within. Your emotions no longer control you, you now use them as a tool. You are becoming the very person people whisper about behind their backs and dream about before bed. Every meeting with you is now a strategic session. You don't just talk, you instill meaning. You don't just look, you scan. Your confidence is fundamental because it no longer depends on someone else's yes or no. Remember, to leave a mark on someone's life, you must be willing to leave that life. Only those who are not afraid of loss are capable of true possession. This is the paradox upon which all human attraction rests. Your new image is a combination of unattainable heights and searing depths. You are a riddle that cannot be solved, and that is why they will try to unravel you forever. You are no longer one among many. You are the one whose image will haunt them in the silence of empty rooms. Embrace this power. Stop apologizing for your complexity. Your path is the path of a sovereign individual who knows their worth and isn't afraid to play big. Your mind is a fortress, and only the best deserve to enter its gates. Become someone who doesn't seek attention, but absorbs it. Become someone whose name stirs a storm within, even if it's whispered. Your time has come. The deepest attraction is born not in words, but in how you make them feel when you're silent. Your brain is a tool, not a prison. Most people allow their instincts to rule them, becoming predictable victims of social programming. But you now see the code. You understand that every action, every word, and every conscious pause you make is a line in the script you're writing for someone else's subconscious. Insight number 5, the attention deficit principle. In economics, the price of a good rises when supply is limited. In the psychology of human relationships, this law operates even more rigorously. If you're always available, if you respond to messages instantly, if you're ready to rush off to a meeting at the drop of a hat, you become free. And what's given for free is never valued. Start rationing your presence. Create an aura of busyness and a mission around yourself that's more important than any momentary distraction. When you disappear from view without explanation, you force someone else's mind to complete your image. At that moment, you're not just absent, you occupy their entire mental space. Your habits determine your weight. If your habit is to always be convenient, prepare to be used and forgotten. If you tend to place your boundaries above others' comfort, prepare to be respected and desired. Respect always precedes true, deep attraction. Insight number 6, intellectual sadism. This is the art of challenging someone's intellect. Don't agree with someone just to avoid conflict. Gentle, reasoned confrontation creates a spark. Your critical thinking is a magnet. People are drawn to those who force them to defend their point of view and think deeper. Be the one who challenges their beliefs. Be the one who sees the contradictions in their words. When you make someone sweat, proving their worth, you automatically become a higher-order figure in their eyes. You become that teacher, judge, or ideal whose approval must be earned. This is true power, to be someone whose opinion carries more weight than the crowd. Your communication must be surgically precise. Fewer empty words, more meaningful blows. Every time you open your mouth, you must either provide value or create intrigue. Your emotions no longer spill out in a chaotic torrent. You guard them like a rare wine, opening the bottle only for a select few. This emotional restraint creates the iceberg effect. People see only 10% of your personality, leaving them wondering what power lies beneath. Do you feel your inner state changing? The frustration of loneliness is giving way to the pleasure of your own independence. You no longer fear rejection because you are the main filter in your life. You are not auditioning for someone else's life, they are trying to pass your selection. Your winner's thinking eliminates neediness. Neediness is the poison of charisma. Once you stop projecting, "I need you to love me," you start projecting, "I'm self-sufficient, and you can be part of my world if you pass the test." This role reversal changes everything. In a relationship, you must be someone who can calmly get up and walk away if their standards aren't met. This inner freedom is felt on a primal level. It's frightening and yet incredibly powerful. People are afraid of losing those who aren't afraid of losing them. Your mind is now tuned to a wave of dominance through self-control. You don't shout about your importance, you convey it through silence, through a gaze that doesn't break first, through a calm voice that doesn't tremble with fear of offending. This is the signature of a person who is unforgettable. You become a legend in their memory. Your phrases will be quoted, your gestures will be copied. You penetrate their neural pathways, creating new pathways. You become the standard by which they will compare everyone else, and everyone else will fall short. Every minute spent with you should feel like an event. This is achieved through your complete engagement in the moment, followed by a sharp detachment. You are a drug. You are a breathtaking roller coaster ride, leaving ordinary life feeling dull and bland. Don't be afraid of your dark side. This depth, this willingness to play on the edge, is precisely what makes you unique. The world is full of copies. Be an original that cannot be faked. Your honesty with yourself and your desires is the highest form of confidence. Your transformation is 90% complete. The remaining 10% is practice. Begin applying these insights today. Start small, pause longer than usual, decline an unnecessary meeting, don't make excuses for your silence. Experience the power of control. You no longer seek a way into someone else's heart, you are building your empire, and people seek the way to your gates. You are a beacon in an ocean of mediocrity. And everyone who has ever seen your light will remember it for the rest of their days. Your destiny is now in your hands. You possess the secrets of attraction, unavailable to the masses. Use them wisely. Use them ruthlessly. Use them to create a reality in which you are the protagonist. To become unforgettable, you must cease being a person to them and become a mirror of their deepest desires and fears, dominate their thoughts, even when you are far away.